Hi, my name is Nikki Robertson, and I will be demonstrating briefly the describe stage and the model stages of the KU University strategy called Paraphrasing Strategy. Good morning, class. Today we are going to be learning about the paraphrasing strategy. Paraphrasing means when we summarize a sentence or a paragraph in our own words. That way we can better memorize it. There's a quick and easy way for us to do this, and it is through the mnemonic device rap. Everybody knows that a rap is words that rhyme and are usually in a song, but this rap is a little bit different, so let's take a look at it. First, the R in rap. The R in rap means to read the paragraph. It's very important that you read the material first. You need to read the whole paragraph so that you can understand the main topic or basic ideas, which comes into step 2. A. A is to ask yourself, what were the main ideas in this paragraph? What was the details in this paragraph? And what's really important for me to try and remember? Finally, the P in rap stands for putting those main ideas and details into your own words. If all you do is look at it and read it and then say, oh, well, the main idea is that this guy likes to skateboard, for example. It's great. But if you're just copying the words that are on the paragraph, that are inside the paragraph, it's going to be really difficult for you to remember it for an upcoming test or other exams. It's really important that you have to put it into your own words. First, we read it. Then, we ask questions. What's the paragraph about? What does it tell us? Okay, and there's a couple different strategies for this one. For example, looking at the first sentence in the word, or looking for repetitions of the same word or words in a paragraph. Okay, often if skateboard is written 3 or 4 times, the paragraph is probably about skateboarding. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to model the strategy for you. There are a couple of different things that we need to have on our desks, okay guys? We need to have cue card number 1, which reminds us about the mnemonic device rap. We also would need cue card number 2, which reminds us what we're supposed to ask. Third, we need to have our tape recorders, okay? Our tape recorders are how we're going to record our paraphrases. It's a little easier than writing it down, don't you think? All right, so the paragraph that I'm going to model for you guys today is from our history textbooks. So if everyone can look at page 775 in our history textbook. Okay, we're going to read the factors promoting imperialism in Africa section on that page. Can everyone find that? Okay, great job. Okay, so now that we have all of our instruments laid out on our table, we're going to remember what the rap device is, okay? Read, ask, paraphrase. Now, when we paraphrase, okay, we need to have what? The main idea, that's right, and we need to have at least 2 supporting details. You also need to really make sure that you're putting these into your own words. Okay, it's very important that you put it into your own words so that you remember it better and your brain can relate to it a little bit easier too. All right, so first I'm going to read the paragraph, just the paragraph. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole section, I'm not going to read the whole page or the chapter, just the paragraph. Several factors contributed to the Europeans' conquest of Africa. One overwhelming advantage was the Europeans' technological superiority. The Maxim gun invented in 1884, was the world's first automatic machine gun. European countries quickly acquired the Maxim, while the resisting Africans were forced to rely on outdated weapons. Alright, so let's think about it. What is the paragraph about? What is the main idea? Well, I think that the main idea is the factors that contributed to the Europeans' quest of Africa, okay? I think it's about how come the Europeans were able to conquer Africa and to rule over it. Okay, what are some details? Well, that they had great superiority in technology, and the Africans had very outdated weapons. Okay, so those are the ones that I'm going to use when I do my paraphrasing strategy. Okay, so now I've asked my questions. What's the paragraph about and what does it tell me? Now I'm going to do the key part. So I'm going to take out my tape recorder. Okay, I'm going to press the record button and I'm going to record what I think this paragraph is about. Okay, and don't forget you can use the starting phrases this paragraph is about if you need to, or you can just simply put it into your own words. Okay. This paragraph is about the factors that helped Europe conquer Africa. They had better technology. The Africans had very outdated weapons. One of the weapons that the Europeans had was the Maxim gun. All right. Time for paragraph number 2. European countries also had the means to control their empire. The invention of the steam engine allowed Europeans to easily travel on rivers to establish bases of control deep in the African continent. Railroads, cables, and steamships allowed close communications within a colony and between the colony and its controlling nation. Okay, so now what is this paragraph about? What is that main idea in this paragraph? I think that the main idea is how the Europeans were able to control the empire, and some of the details that support that would be they were able to control it through inventions like the steam engine, railroads, and other cables. Okay. So those are going to be my main idea in my paragraph. Okay. We go for the record. European countries were able to travel easier throughout Africa. They had steam engines, railroads, cable cars, and other ways to communicate with the colony. Okay, so here we go for the next one. Even with superior arms and steam engines to transport them, another factor might have kept Europeans confined to the coast. They were highly susceptible to malaria, a disease carried by the dense swarms of mosquitoes in the African interior. The perfection of the drug Curin in 1829 eventually protected Europeans from becoming infected with this disease. Okay, so what's this paragraph about? Well, it's about the disease malaria. So what does it tell me? It tells me, 1, that there was malaria in Africa, and 2, before they were able to really conquer the inner islands, they had to somehow protect themselves, and a drug was created to help prevent the spread and disease of malaria. Okay, so here we go for the record. The disease malaria was in Africa. Europeans were able to go inland to conquer Africa once the drug was created to prevent the spread of malaria. This drug was created in 1829. Okay, now we go back to R. Factors within Africa also make the continent easier for Europeans to colonize. Africans' huge variety of languages and cultures discouraged unity among them. Wars fought between ethnic groups over land, water, and trade rights also prevented a unified stand. Europeans soon learned to play rival groups against each other. Okay, so this tells me another reason why they were able to colonize Africa. Okay, it also tells me that they were able to do it because of Africa's very vast languages and cultures that created a lot of unrest amongst themselves. And that the Europeans were able to use this rivalry. Africa was able to be colonized because of the vast languages and cultural differences amongst different tribes in Africa. Many wars amongst the Africans themselves were being fought. The Europeans were able to use this so that they could pit the tribes against each other. All right, so that is one way on how we use the rap strategy to paraphrase and summarize a history textbook, okay, which can be a lot of very dense information. Okay, so remember to rap it out, read it, ask your questions, and then paraphrase it into your own words. When we paraphrase, we need to make sure they have a main idea and 2 details about that paragraph that are really going to help us remember what that main idea was talking about or what the paragraph was explaining to us, okay? All right, thank you guys for listening.